everyone, welcome back. I hope you had a great day today. My name is Lynn. Welcome to my home, welcome to my kitchen, and welcome to my channel. So what are we going to talk about today? Intentional food, shopping, provisions, pantry, and stockpiles. What does all of that mean? Well, I did some homework, so let's chat tonight. So lately, I should say for the past 2 years, I have been on this thing, a thing. You ever get on a thing and you want to just change some stuff up? And yes, you see, there's a mess. You see all this mess? There's a reason for this mess. This mess is intentionally here. And I want to be more intentional about what I do in my home. And the past 2 years, more especially now than ever, I think ever since my dad passed away, and it's almost 2 years, things just in my own mind changed, and how I want to do things, and so on and so forth. I don't know. It just seems to it was like it marked a moment in my life, and I've been changing things up in my home, redecorating, and reorganizing and all that kind of stuff. But the one area that has just been a thorn in my side is my pantry, stockpile, food, all the rest, whatever you want to call it. There's bunches of names that you can call all of this. And how did all of that start? Well, you all know my story with my pantry stockpile. I think what happened for me is on an average day a few years ago, we would possibly serve enough food for 5 to 7, sometimes 9 people. Now, were there exactly 9 people in my house? No, but some of the people that were in our house would eat more than one serving. So, servings wise, I was preparing food for 5, 7, 9 people. Then it kind of dropped down to 5 to 7, and then it dropped down to 3 to 5, and now it's down to 2, sometimes 3, very rarely 4 or above. And I just had a hard time just sort of getting it all together and downsizing. I enjoyed making food for my family and my kids' friends and people popping in. I enjoyed having people over. And you go through seasons in life, and we went through seasons. We had the pandemic, and that just put a screeching halt to a lot of things in my life. We never quite got back into doing entertaining and having people over for various reasons, not just the pandemic, just life changed. And I was taking one of the things was I was taking care of my dad, and then he passed, and it was like, ooh, okay, readjust. And now I'm taking not my mom's not living with us, and vice versa, but we still help take care of my mom, and I still have my husband and my youngest son at home. And I don't know, things were just different, and I had a hard time. I don't mind change, but I had a hard time somehow organizing and reorganizing all of this stuff. And I had a stockpile based on what I was doing, and now I wasn't doing it, and I couldn't eat the food up quick enough. And so, do I get rid of the food? Do I pass on the food? What do I do with the food? Just so many things. So, one of the things I decided was I was going to reorganize my pantry slash stockpile, which is part of what you see here. I sort of had a moment, an epiphany, if you will, of sorts of what I wanted to do. And I'll tell you how it started. I was decluttering pictures off of my Google Drive. Yes, I'm even decluttering my pictures, my digital pictures. How many pictures of, a certain scenery do I need? And it's just been driving me crazy, plus some too much storage and the whole rest. So I started decluttering my pictures to come across a picture of an old pantry that we had for years, and it was very small, and it served the purpose, and I was like, I want that back. So that transitioned me into finally sitting down with my husband and saying, this is what I want, this is what I think I need. So hence, day off comes of reorganizing. So in the next few weeks, I will be taking you through my kitchen and explaining, once I finalize this, I want to get to the point where I know what I'm talking about. But I am combining my pantry, my food, my stockpile, my overflow stockpile, my whatever you want to call it, into a more simplified version. At least for me, it's simplified. And also, kind of just, I don't know, making it work better for me. I'm creating a much more functional kitchen for me. And in the way I'm organizing it and the way my brain thinks. That's sometimes we kind of set our homes up to the way they say in the organizing books or Pinterest worthy, looks, or friends have it set up, or you watch a YouTube video and they tell you this is how you should do it. And you're like, it doesn't work for me. So that's one area that I'm intentionally transforming my kitchen into what would work for me as a full time working woman with disabilities in the home. This is the way my home has to operate. Your home is different. You set the tone for your home and the functionality of your home based on your family's needs. That's what I'm doing. So I'm being intentional about that. What is the other thing I'm being intentional about is actually, what do I have in my stockpile pantry? Am I ever going to use it? If I haven't used it, it's going out. It's going out. If it's expired, which I don't really have a lot of that, if much at all, maybe one or two items, they'll be dealt with. But then I'm sharing it. If I can't use it or I don't think I'm going to use it, it's being shared. I'm passing it on to friends and family. The other thing I'm doing is being more intentional about shopping, where I shop, how I shop, and so on. So I grabbed the circulars this week and I went through. I didn't need much. That's the other thing, is that I'm being intentional about so much. This might be a little bit of a chatty video, but I hope I'm sure there's somebody out there that needs this. Anytime I kind of go through something myself and I start talking, other people say, that's exactly what I needed. So I'm being more intentional about the foods that are in my home. What is in my home? I want to make sure what's in it is something I'm really going to use. And then what I do have, yes, I need to use it. I need to be intentional about what I'm bringing in and be intentional about what I am cooking and using. And I'm trying to be more creative with what do I have left over. Example, tonight I had a head of cabbage. I had a friend that went to the food bank and they gave her a box of produce and she said, I'm never going to use this. There was a bag of carrots in there. There was a head of cabbage in there. And I'm like, I love cabbage. Corned beef and cabbage. It's coming up soon. And I love cabbage. So I took the cabbage and I cut it up and I put it in the crock pot and I put the carrots in there. And I had some cheddar something sausage, smoked sausage, chopped that up and I put that in there. And I looked it up and they said put a little bacon grease in there. So I put like 2 tablespoons of that and a little apple cider vinegar and a cup of water, salt and pepper. Let me tell you, it was one of the best meals we've had in I don't know how long. And because I was cleaning out my pantry stockpile, realized I had a package of instant potatoes that expired. Best by date, however you want to look at it, October 2022. That's something I wouldn't want to keep much longer. And I said, you know what, I'm going to open it. And it was fine. We made it. It was delicious. And we had that on the side. And it was one of the best meals I think we've had in forever. So I was intentional about that. But because I'm using up the foods I have, now I would have had a stockpile pantry going back 2 or 3 years ago when it was fairly full, probably would last me 2 years. If I, if we ate decent amount but not overindulged, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I probably could have gotten away with 2 years of not having to purchase food. Maybe just a few fresh things, and I just feel, for me and where I am in life right now, number one, storage, I don't have the room for it. And number two, for various reasons, I just don't want to have that much anymore. That's just me. I know I'm going to have a prepper say to me, you got to be kidding me, Lynn. No, you know what? I got to do what's right for me and my family, and this is where I'm at. I'm not saying I'm cutting back to just having a week's worth of food, but 2 years for me was just too long, and I just don't want to do that anymore. And I wanted to kind of bring in all my food from all the different areas I had it stored into one central location so I can really get a grip on what I have and use what I have and be intentional about it. So that means I haven't been buying a lot of food because we haven't needed it. So this week I needed a few things. Okay, here's some things I needed: orange juice, bacon, K-cups, mayonnaise, bread, cream cheese, butter, dish soap, and coffee creamer. So I didn't need much. So I decided to do what I've done before, and I did a price comparison. Let me hold that up there for you. So I did one for Walmart, I did one for ShopRite, and what was the other one? And the other one was Stop and Shop. I looked at Aldi, I looked at Lidl, but these are the three that really caught my eye. Okay. So the price breakdown, I did Walmart, ShopRite, and Stop and Shop. My mom is a ShopRite diehard. She only goes there. She loves it. For what she gets the best buys there. I don't always. They have some good buys, but I tend to do better at Walmart. The other thing with that is the Walmart brand food, the Great Value. I really like Great Value taste of food, where I don't like necessarily the taste of the ShopRite, the store brand food. I don't necessarily like the brand, their taste of things, but I do like the Great Value. So here's drum roll, please. We had Walmart came in at $33.23 for those items. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 items. $33.23. ShopRite coming in at $34.74. So like $1 and change more. Okay, fair enough. Which one's closer? Which one would you, be more apt to go to? Whatever. Then we did Stop and Shop, the famous Stop and Shop. Now, the best thing about Stop and Shop is they are up 2 miles from my house, where Walmart and ShopRite take me 20 to 25 minutes to get to. But Stop and Shop came in at $40.50. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those items at Stop and Shop were on sale. So my $40 for Stop and Shop with 5 items on sale might have actually been maybe $45, $50, $52. So you're talking anywhere from $6 to $15 more for that one shopping trip versus going to Walmart or ShopRite. More intentional about where I shop. Absolutely. I don't want to be running all over the place. This one has this on sale, that one has that on sale, unless they're all like within minutes of each other. I seem to do best at Walmart. Now, I'll finish up saying this. We took my son to an event tonight. It was about 45, 50 minutes from our home, and I left early because I am on the hunt for blueberry coffee creamer by Walmart Great Value. I've seen it all over YouTube. So I went to our Walmart twice now. No blueberry coffee creamer. So I said to my husband, okay, there's a Walmart. It's 6 minutes away from the place we're going to. Let's leave early and go to the Walmart and see if we can find it. Plus, I needed a couple of other things. So I said to him, okay, we're going to drive over there. I drove in there, and I kind of went like this. We came to the light, and across the road was this Walmart, and it was like the size of a mall, like a shopping mall. I don't know if you all have big malls. I don't know. Everybody's terminology of a mall is different, but let's just say it was really big. And I got in there, and I looked around, and let me tell you, the bakery department was unbelievable. It made Costco and BJ's and all them look piddly. And I don't know. Oh, that's my ice machine, if you can hear that clicking going on there. It was an unbelievable Walmart. Now, my Walmart, if you hit it by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it's a decent Walmart. It's not great. But if you hit it by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you're lucky if you're going to find a bag of salad, or what you're going to find is going to be minimal. They don't stock up. They close at 11 p.m. at night, and that's when they stock up. First thing in the morning you find it. But when my Walmart runs out, it runs out. Here is this one. We were there, that around 4 or 5 o'clock, around the same time, and it looked like they had just stocked the shelves. This Walmart was huge. It had the variety of, I just went down the baking aisle. I just wanted to look. They had sweet potato flour, and they had all kinds of alternative flours if you're, needing a certain dietary need or anything. The meat department was just, I I was just like in awe, and I was quickly going. I had about 20 minutes to find my blueberry coffee creamer and to get out of the store back over to where we needed to be. So I'm throwing stuff in the cart very quickly. I just needed to grab a few things. And I just looked and I looked and I looked. The layout of the store was wonderful. I didn't even get to the other end of the store. I'm only in the food section. But I had to go past the food section, the clothing section, as it was kind of like next to each other, to get over to where the lines are. And the clothing section, I looked and I thought, oh my word, it's huge. So I said to my husband, I want to be more intentional about what we bring in our house, where I shop, the foods I use up. But you know what? Where I shop might have to be 50 minutes from my house. And my husband said, you know what? If the Walmart there has everything we need when we go versus going to our Walmart and then 3 or 4 days later having to go back because the first time they didn't have it, it is not a matter of, what would you say, the food supply chain and all that. Our Walmart just doesn't stock it up until the end of the day. This one was unbelievable. So my husband said, you know what? Maybe once a month we take the drive and we do all the errands of all the places we want to go. We do enjoy going for a bit of a drive. He said we can just go up there and, make it a date. Have some lunch, hit the Walmart, hit some of the other stores up there, and maybe do it once a month, once every 6 weeks. It might be well worth it. So are you being intentional about anything? Does any of this make sense to you? Do you feel like you need to kind of regroup in how you're doing things? I just think it's a good place to be. I think between the decluttering and changes in life and the new season, I'm just feeling really good about it. So I've got to run because you see all this? There's a cabinet behind me here, and there's all these vegetables up here have to be put away. There's a sink full of dirty dishes here. There's piles of stuff on the counter over there. There's another shelf, let's call it, over here. And I have some work ahead of me. Yeah, I do. I've got some work. I'm getting my kitchen organized. I'm getting my pantry done. I can't wait to show it to you. I want to thank you for coming over tonight. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And we will catch you all on the next video.